Hi, my name is Kenny and I'm the author of the LAMBS danger.fsm. In this video I'll be showing off some of the core functions of the danger.fsm as they exist in the current version. Its version 1.4 is just about ready for release. It's really only just waiting for a test on a dedicated server with a bit of stress testing to go with it. The setup here is fairly simple. I have a two-man squad of NATO soldiers with 2 waypoints, a move waypoint with a delay that you just saw, ending in a seek and destroy waypoint, no special scripts or coding. They're just set to wedge formation. Their opposition is 2 CSAT soldiers, one guy standing outside and one guy standing inside. Again, no special scripts or anything is in play, but these guys are not joined together. I'm going to show you this video in a couple of few cycles, and hopefully we'll get to see some permutations of AI behavior. I'll be talking through what we see on the screen and also how this would relate to the vanilla game. And with that said, let's just get going. We'll be starting right into the action here. See this guy waving? That's also new as of here. Many more gestures and things. The reason these guys are crouched down like this is because they just entered contact and they're in a sort of reactive mode. You'll see them standing up and then starting to push on the enemy. Let's see what kind of clever pathfinding they managed to do to get up here. On their side, the enemy standing outside, who was taking fire, has actually moved away. And it looks like the guy who's inside the building, he's popped. He's actually moved out of it. This guy is actually providing suppressive fire. The further guy. A quick one. He's dead. What we saw here was, Blue 4 engaging fairly early on. The guy outside abandoning his position, then moving back again to the courtyard to attempt to engage. Blue 4 on their part had flanked a bit on the left-hand side. We saw Bradley here put down suppressive fire, dangerously close to over the head of Dylan, but in this run around, Blue 4 turned out victorious. I've run this a ton of times and it's fairly 50-50. I have some tests on weapon performance, and you generally find the Katiba to be much better than the MX in close quarters. So there's a bit of randomness here as well. Let's restart it and see if we get a different result.
Hostile! Engage that man! Front!
Again waving.
100 meters! Front! I've got him!
Bradley, wow.
Front! On the way!
Actually managed to pick off this guy immediately. There's a sort of crate between them and there, so that's not a easy shot at all. We can see from the feedback that East is aware of the enemy. They have shared information between the two groups, so that's Yusuf at least got that in, and Dylan and Faulkner are still moving. They seem to be out of the danger FSM. There's an enemy detected, which has been sort of faded away. So these guys are now just in the regular combat mode. The danger FSM isn't running as such. On a seek and destroy waypoint, they will move here and then check the area in a sort of 25 degree. Notice that they're not walking into the buildings by default. They actually need to sort of trigger it. And he's actually coming out now. He seems to be aware. There's another thing. Oh, and there we go. That's the Katiba. Very good in CQB. Yellow arrow here indicates investigation situation. This is part of the debug information. He spotted a dead body, he'll move over to check it. Doesn't matter if it's a friendly or not. Of course, if there's enemies to shoot, he will prioritize that instead. So what we saw was Farid inside. He actually remained put. The reason he remained put was in part because he was in a building, but also because he doesn't have any waypoints. He has no impetus beyond what he decides for himself to actually go out of the building to check it. And this is also why he for now remains put. Had there been more shooting here, Danger FSM would have kicked in. He might have gone inside, or he might have just turned towards the enemy and started blasting with that. So with that said, let's do another cycle. We're going to try to not make this video too long.
Hostiles! 2! Attack that rifleman!
Start the action.
Soldier, 100 meters, front!
Move 100 meters! Front! On the way! 2! Engage that man! Front!
This time, they
Engaging
weren't
target.
as quick to engage. Flanking a bit to the left. We have Jamal being aware. He moved himself away from the danger zone. Oh, he actually was hit, but he's now seeking cover inside a building instead. Blue 4 is still attacking, faffing about a bit. They're quite far out. And actually, we have Farid going a bit more aggressive. This will probably be Farid in the bad spot. Not much cover here, and like I mentioned before, the Katiba is considerably worse than the ranged combat like this. Extra effects in play now, which will have them do sort of dodges sometimes. He seems to be falling back now. This is probably a courage thing as well. Actually, we're not doing that. Why is this happening? Why is he standing there in the open and failing to hit on those short ranges? Well, it comes down to suppression. His suppression values are considerable, and that really reduces his accuracy. It might look a bit weird when the AI do it, but it comes down to a sort of abstraction. Moving and shooting. Actually being punished for it. Jamal has been passive most of this fight. He was crouched here, has seemingly moved forward a bit, but generally they will prefer, if they prefer remaining inside it. Here is the aggressive. I suspect the rate of fire drops down because Farid is actually running out of ammunition, and he's also in a suppressed state. Again, we get the same yellow arrow indicating a dead body has been found. He's now first aiding himself, and well, certainly turned this around. Farider managed to hit off both of these guys. And let's run it last time here for good measure. There'll be another video in the future also looking at more extensive sort of firefights with more activity. You'll notice that the AI prefers the left-hand side here. This comes down to cover and probably also some sort of built-in paths present in Arma. Some sort of a pathfinding thing. Not really covered by me. Jamal this time inside the building, and I see that Farid is moving out. Actually, Jamal just checking. On the corner. So this fighting on the corner in vanilla. I really sped up the cycle of Reed is still here. So running and gunning that paid off quite nicely here. And in fact, so it did for Jamal right over here. Again, we see weapon configuration playing a massive part. Katiba being a much better weapon for all of these closer in fights. And I think well, let's do one more for good reference. Let's see what happens.
Hostiles! 2! Attack that rifleman! South!
Soldier! 100 meters! Front!
Move 100 meters! Front! Understood!
This time they're moving a bit more directly, it seems. Well,
2! Engage that man! South!
Engaging!
so what is happening here? Why is he flanking all the way to the side? Well, there's cover here. He might also be in still be in a sort of reactive mode. The moment they get reaction, the first contact they hit, they'll actually be a bit more defensive than before. But then their more assault-mindedness kicks in. And we can hear. Here. Oh, and actually we have both of the red forms standing on the corner there.
Engage that man! Just up ahead! Scratch one!
Attacking!
And yeah, that's the MX rifle in play. This sort of ranges, they can really just pack a wallop like that. It was interesting though. We did see Red 4. Both on actually stood on this corner here, trying to engage. Red 4 obviously withdrew and actually moved around the building here, not through it. I guess on this side here. And well, there you have it. Some of the core behavior of the new Danger FSM. Thank you for watching.